Secrets. Trust. Worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret. Warrior's Trust. And Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, you know. It was fantastic, and there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk, and then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know a real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." See? Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, say, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable, you know. They would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him part, they're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie." He says, "And he said, they'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down."
there is another world. The world of darkness.
The world is rotten all around me. The stench and decay is present as these flesh eaters all surround me. Covered in blood just to blend in, that's my disguise. I'm trying to find my family, I'm suspecting that they might have died. It ain't so easy believing in peace. We killing zombies who deceased and now deep in the streets. I won't leave in defeat, but still it's hard to cope or find hope when all these evil creatures so eager to eat. Yeah, asylum seekers need to move faster. Everything was fine until they first attacked the newscaster. Body in shock, nothing but doom after. I've even seen them shot and then they move after. Total disaster like I'm on the track of race again. The Midwest was hit the hardest, millions dead in Michigan. This is the end times, homie, I will defend mine. Believe in one piece without leaving people behind. Mass panic, hit the station.
Yeah, look, yeah. Shout out to my man Tom Rapka. Yeah, everybody involved with making the comic. Look, Nick Natoli, yeah, death dwells, this is death dwells, shout out Tom Rapka, baby, this is death dwells, this is death dwells.
The city of prosperity, riches for some, but for the masses, scraping by is all they can do. Meet Bitna. It's a hard life with an even harder reality. Living in the roughest part of town, it looks impossible to make it big. But maybe she will find it in a simple dress. The Radiant Sight, a new romance story by Martin Fisher.
The Madness Comic Network and Comic-Related Madness proudly presents Comic-Related Unboxings from the Madness. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Pops, you're mute.
I say, what's up, Sam?
How you doing, man?
You know why we're here.
I do indeed. I just kept on sharing the link out. Sorry, I ran late on work. Want to see something cool?
Oh, hold up. Let me. What do we got here?
The new 47 Furious Tales.
Very nice.
Isn't that badass?
Very, very nice.
I need some caffeine, bro.
So I have the link to Necroholic in the description.
Cool.
You guys can check it out. Appreciate it if the mods drop links. Do what you do. Keep the chat mellow. You know, definitely want to promote the good parts.
You know, I don't remember if I put your buttons in or not.
Say what?
I don't remember if I put your buttons in or not.
You put my
I don't remember if I put them in or not. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
And that's all I was waiting for. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be a hell of a thing. Unboxing.
I told you, I wouldn't know what to do with them big ass things anyway. The big ones all go on the curtain over here. See, critical blast right there.
I get you.
That's a big one. See,
that's what she said.
As you all know, as usual, there's a Gemini in there.
Yeah, boy.
You guys know.
Gemini mailers, baby. One of these days, I'm gonna open one of these up, and there's gonna be some Alexia cardboard art in here, and I'm gonna freak out.
Speaking of which, Alexia says hi. She is currently inking the cover for 47 Furious Tales issue 4.
Yes. Well, dang, this is thick.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, but she could have been lying just to make you feel better.
No,
I'm telling you the truth.
I promise you wasn't wrong.
Oh, what have we got on here, Sam?
I don't know, man. Why don't you show it?
Oh, there's multiple books in here. As there usually is.
Wrapped up all nice and neat.
Special. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Now, you're going to want to take that out because that is an artist proof, one of 25 that were made when we did the test print. So it doesn't have the backer names on the tombstone. Only 25 ever made.
Oh, I'm trying to be careful here. You know.
Now, Brian lives in Pennsylvania, so I didn't get it signed or anything, but take a look, Pop, see what you think, man. I think you're going to find the story is right up your alley. Really, pretty much everyone's alley, to tell you the truth. It has a really wide range of appeal. It's one of those fun titles with serious undertones that really don't try to beat you over the head with any type of morality lesson or anything. It just lets you enjoy the story.
We even have drink recipes. Yes, drink recipes in here.
Yeah, we have a cocktail for that in there.
I like it. Another round coming soon. Nice. I like it. I like it.
Issue 2 later this year, man. Issue 2 later this year.
I gotta turn you up, man. I don't know. I just have this down. Oh, it's because like last night I was listening to YouTube super late, so I had everything turned down really low.
Gotcha. But yeah, I was saying issue 2 is being made right now, so we'll have that later this year.
Boy, them are some tight bags.
Well, that's what happens when you have thick books, you know.
She didn't say that though. She didn't say nothing about tight bags. I'm just saying. Now, artist edition of 47.
Yep, volume 1 that covers issues 1 through 3. Take a peek, Pop. See what you think.
You could have waited till Alexia signed this one to send it to me.
I'm not going to see Alexia again probably this year unless
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just saying you could have waited. It's an artist proof.
Well, it's artist edition, so
artist edition. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Featuring the art of Alexia Veldhusen and Adelia Gunderson.
Yep.
Okay. And everybody knows that's the piece that started it all. That's the piece that started it all for me. Everybody knows. No words, no dialogue, just the story in art.
Just the raw, unlettered, uncolored
of the
art pages. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like original comic art like me, but like me, you can't afford to get dozens and dozens and dozens of pages of it.
All the different characters.
The original character designs. Yep. That's like 40, nice. That's like 47 Fairy Tales history in your hand right there, man.
Yeah. You know what's up. I don't have frames for all this stuff.
You have to find them, man. You have to find them.
And number 3.
Yep.
And this is the Alexia cover.
Yep.
And is this also Alexia?
Nope, no. That's Paul Walcott.
Yeah, that's Paul Walcott. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just biggin them up a little bit. Let's see. What do we got here? Paul Walcott.
Yep.
And he also did a cover for number 2. You didn't know?
Yep.
And the standard Alexia. We love it.
Yep. You know what's wild, Pops, is that we shipped a total number of comics from that campaign, 464 books, right?
Right.
And then we also, for pre-orders from some of our participating retailers, we shipped another 740 straight from the printer to shops. Thanks, American Comics. Appreciate it, man.
Yep, we got Quinton in the chat. What's up, Quinton? Hail the Q Continuum. We got COVID Kev. What's up?
What's up, Kev?
And Shadowhawk. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man.
Shadowhawk now doesn't just back, he also talks. Has a channel, has a show of his own. Y'all go check it out.
Sweet.
Also promoting what everybody does. You guys know.
Yeah, man. Spread the word. We're trying to find another $2,300 in the next 5 days to get our $5,000 stretch goal, so we can buy gas. This is the sad truth. To buy gas so that Brian can drive down to Kentucky to sign backer copies.
Now, like I said, I got the link to this one in the description.
Isn't that gorgeous, man? You lagged out, Pops. Oh, no.
It didn't shrink as much as I thought. My stack of reading material, sorry about the loss of connection. Comcast still hasn't got out here and fixed our line. I'm assuming we're going to have this issue all weekend during CromCon.
Oh, that's
so
terrible.
often I'm just going to freeze up.
I got you.
No, I can't do nothing about it. I can't make them come out here and fix it, but it's not my computer. It's not me. It's definitely, ever since the power went back on, our Comcast has been sketchy.
Gotcha.
So the storm did something to their lines that they haven't fixed yet,
Gotcha.
But hey, what can I say? The show must go on, even if there's a momentary. I mean, I can imagine some of the screenshots that are going to come out of this weekend. But
I know, right?
Hey,
guess what, Pops?
What? Sam?
Necroholic is the 17th successfully funded crowdfunding campaign for Sinopa since 2017 when we started.
Very nice.
And we're going to fulfill it and the IGG in July, and we're going to have Reign of Ages issue 2 in July. And yeah, man, we've got 4 more books this year.
Now, Quinton, to answer your question, it wasn't a tornado. We had some trees down, lots of power lines down, stuff like that. And we kind of live out in the boonies, so it takes them a few days to get out here and fix our stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like in town, where there's government buildings and businesses. They're putting them lines back up right away, right? But when you live outside of town, it don't get to you quite as quick.
Right.
So, it was like 3 days that the power was out. But it was just a big, we got thunder and hail and big winds. And you said a tree fell down and took out the kids' swing set. We had just moved it to that spot, too. It was horrible.
That's painful, man. That's painful.
Just painted it. It was just, it was just looking good. The kids were just starting to have fun on it. Bam! Tree said, nope. Tree said, nope. So we got to rebuild it, put, a couple of the support 2x4s and shit got smashed.
Gotcha.
Got to replace them. But the main thing, it's all still, man, that thing's sturdy as hell. It held that tree up. We had to cut the tree off of it.
Oh, Lord.
It held the tree up. We had to cut the tree down off of it. And that in itself was kind of a scary situation, because you don't know which way this thing's going to fall, where it's going to go. So we were like chopping 2 feet off of the bottom, and as it slid up, then we got up on it, pushed it off. but it was like it took about 6 cuts to get it off there.
Well, at least no one was hurt. That's the good news.
Yeah. Just don't play in the thunderstorms, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it wasn't quite a tornado, but if there's something right below that, that's what it was. We had all the kids down here in the basement, and, yeah.
Everyone all safe and secure?
Oh, yeah. But, it's a little bit scary for the kids. We got them down here. There's no power. We got candles, and we're playing sorry. Which is, that kind of took their mind off it, because then they're getting mad at each other because they're sending each other back to the home base, and it's like, it was kind of fun. I had to oversee, though.
Ah, yes, or lest there be violence, right?
Well, they kind of make up their own rules sometimes.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute, I played that game when I was a kid. That ain't how that goes.
Say, stop cheating. Stop cheating.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't cheat.
Gotta tell the Rugrats, stop cheating.
Necroholic, y'all. 47 Furious Tales. Reign of Ages. Look, Sinopa's putting it out, yo. Get you some. That's...
You know what we did? We did something for this campaign. We did something pretty awesome. So if you go to the Necroholic campaign, here, I'll scroll down and share it with you, because this is something I'm pretty proud of. Let me get the screen share button.
I did play your trailer before the show, Mike Jimmy. He sent me his new trailer for the Radiant site. So.
Oh, sweet.
I had to run around through them and add it to all my different studios. I have a different studio for every show.
Gotcha.
Anybody that's familiar with StreamYard, but it's like I do like 8 different shows. So I have different videos, different ads, different trailers in each one. There's no way I could fit it all in one. There's no way. So I had to, divvy it up. I think I have 8 different brands is what they're called in here.
Oh, really?
Comic-Con, the Monday Madness, the comic-related unboxings, the Madness launches and countdowns, the special editions, the open draw stream, the Tuesday morning brew, the show-offs. It's like, and each one of them has its own set of, graphics and whatnot. So
yeah, it's gonna have to. But you're at like 630 subscribers now, right? I remember when it was still reaching for 50.
Yeah. I
remember those days.
Wow, is that about like? Let's see,
a little over a year ago.
Maybe 18 months ago.
Yeah,
maybe 18 months ago when we first started this one. Actually, this one might have been up, but we never used it for anything until I started doing.
Gotcha.
Until I started doing it myself after Comics Cast, after Roadshow. When I started doing it myself, that's when I really started caring about how many people we had watching. I didn't have a network behind me anymore. Had to build one.
Mm-hmm.
Been fun.
Well, here's my fun. These tiers on this campaign, they include shipping in the United States and the territories. So yeah, the Dream tier, that's 6 comics in print shipped to your house in the US, $40.
That's shipped to your house.
That's shipped. Yeah, no.
Shipped in a Gemini.
Shipped in Gemini, packed in a USPS priority legal flat rate envelope, wrapped in bubble wrap like you saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's both copies, both covers of Necroholic, 47 Furious Tales 1 through 3, and then Reign of Ages issue 1, the Aishigul Snev cover. And yeah, man, 6 books, $40, and that includes your shipping.
Now you know what's going to happen.
What's that?
I'm going to have to go back and read 1 and 2.
Yeah, you should go back and read 1 and 2, and then follow.
I have to go back and read 1 and 2, so I read 3 with a fresh look.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
We're trying to target to ship 4 in December, trying to get it to people's hands before Christmas if possible. So,
Mike Jimmy's going to be over there on RJ's show later.
Oh, sweet.
Cool. Y'all check that out. Critical Blast. You know what's up. And yeah, Necroholic, thank you for dropping that link. It is in the description, but thanks for putting it in the chat. Mike,
thanks, Mike Jimmy. Appreciate it, bro.
I was wondering when my mods were going to start popping some links. That's why we're here, baby. You know.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people forget that is first and foremost what me and my network are about is promote your stuff, self-promotion. You know, Sam, you remember right from the beginning, get out here and talk about it.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And I mean, here's the other thing too. You want to talk about something cool? We are now in 36 retail locations directly, plus the ones that we're in through Comics Mainstream distribution out in Oregon with the dispensaries and everything. And so we're trying to get to 50 by the end of the year, if at all possible. So gonna be working pretty hard on that. I actually have calls I'm making this evening to a couple of retailers about getting Necroholic packages, and I know that at least 2 of them are needing restocks on 47 already. We just shipped 3 a couple of weeks ago, and so we got to ship more. So that's cool.
That's what I want to hear, man.
Yeah.
And you guys, this guy is a prime example. The stores aren't dead. The stores need content too, bro. I mean, the amount of titles that the big guys have shrunk to, there's a lot of shelf space. Get your book on that shelf, yo.
You know what's funny? You remember in 2019, and I was telling you about that first real print order, the 3,000 print order on issue 1. We've got a little less than, we got like 1,040 copies of that yet left. So 47 Furious Tales issue 1 has now sold just under 2,500 copies in print.
Nice.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
Gotta keep pushing. Gotta keep pushing. You know,
these aren't like, you know, mainstream numbers, but they're big numbers, especially for the fact that your Kickstarter didn't bring in $100,000 or 2,000 backers or anything like that.
The comics Kickstarters haven't been bringing in $7,000 for me.
You see what I'm saying?
I do a lot of the revenue. I do a lot of revenue
with the work to sell these
direct sales. Yeah, the Kickstarters basically help fund the press runs and pay off the last of the art. So that's a big deal.
But you're really putting in the work on many different levels to sell your product.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's, you know, you don't just go out on the crowdfunder and go, okay, there it is, get it. You know, it's like you went next level and next level right away. I got to get them in stores. I'm going to need more books. I want to be able to do conventions. I want to do this and that and signings, and you've been doing all of it. So
you'll notice the stack behind me is now only 1 row deep. So we are we're pushing books out as fast as we can, man. Yeah, it's a big thing.
And Rocky appreciates you.
Cool. You know who else appreciates me? Danny. Danny appreciates me.
Are you talking about Danny?
Talking about Danny. Danny appreciates me.
I mean, I know a lot of Dannys, you know.
Well, you know, this one's in Altamonte Springs, Florida. This one's in Altamonte Springs, Florida.
Yeah, Mr. Morales.
Yep. Actually, I can probably quote you the shipping address by now. I've shipped enough books down there.
We haven't seen Danny in a while.
You know, they had a problem with the storm. The shop lost power for a week.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I haven't seen him in quite a while. He used to be a regular at CromCon.
Yeah, I think right now they've just been working on getting their daily shows lined out, and they're also, I know, reorganizing a bit in the store and stuff.
Well, football season is what ruined it for me, because he used to come out at the beginning of the show on Saturday, but then college football, he started going to his CSF games, and
yeah,
I get it. Okay, I get it. Fandom is fandom. It doesn't matter what it is.
Oh yeah,
you know, but that was kind of why he wasn't coming out anymore. The college football. Okay. You know, he was having fun. That's all that mattered.
We got CromCon coming soon, man.
This weekend.
Yeah,
this weekend.
We're starting tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow night we have animation and comics, a panel with Pedro Ang and Simon Poitier and a few others, you know.
Nice.
They're going to come out and, you know, talk about the animation that they do for their trailers. And like Simon's actually wanting to do some episodic anime for not the Merc. So, you know,
cool.
Lots of cool stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
And, you know, the weekend's always a big show. Now, we have a couple of publishers like yourself, Silverline.
Right.
They've secured themselves an hour in CromCon going forward every month. They can just come out and talk about whatever they got going on. You know, they have a locked-in spot. Andrew Mecca Davis has done a locked-in spot for a couple months now.
The infamous blue shirt guy, yep.
I figure people like Sinopa Publishing and Atrocity Press going to probably have to lock themselves into an hour here pretty soon because they're going to have something going on every month.
Yeah, you know, my buddy Max and I were actually talking last night because everyone's working and revising and, you know, plotting their calendars for next year. Max is, I don't know how much I can say about this, but Max is ahead of his production schedule.
Oh, I know.
So it's one of those things where, like, we're working on getting ahead of the production schedule. We should be ahead by September. But I'll tell you, man, it's wild because we were talking about our mutual calendars. And, I mean, unless something changes, it looks like we're both going to be putting out 8 to 10 books next year.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You guys both lock an hour.
And Pops froze again, ladies and gentlemen.
Easier on me if I just had publisher hours through CromCon. You know, I mean, I don't want to give up the individuals either, but for those guys who are putting out more than one book, you guys need to grab an hour. You know, come out and talk about it, bring your people, do your thing, you know. So I'm kind of leading toward that a little bit for the evenings during CromCon.
Cool.
You know, something to think about. You and Max both get out here and grab a full hour every month, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, have time to actually plug whatever it is you're doing. And if you got things that are overlapping, you got time to plug them all.
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially with, you know, you've got Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and we ran the IGG campaign simultaneously with the with an overlap over the Necroholic campaign for the first part of it. And of course, the IGG funded. We're going to fulfill that in July on schedule with simultaneous funding with Necroholic. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do July for Reign of Ages issue 2, which we have, you know, badass cover for right there.
Yes.
And
if y'all didn't see that, go ahead. There's that one right there. Yeah.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's Aishagul Senev doing fantastic work. But we'll take in let me stop sharing that so we're not taking up your bandwidth. It's just got a lot going on, man. RPGs and comics and merchandise stuff, and just trying to, you know, make sure that we're covering all the bases to help fund the comic book development, the RPG development. Because, you know, here's the thing: it's like still everything goes into like the next project for me, you know. Because I have my day job and I work my day job, and then I'm, you know, single dad and take care of my daughter. And then when she goes to bed at night, I'm back to work for, you know, sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours. And getting emails out and to different retailers and verifying orders, packing orders. Fulfillment's moving pretty swiftly. Although actually I do have to contact Gemini and get a couple more cases of Gemini mailers, because I think, well, you know, you gotta remember, man, I've run through probably 500 mailers this year so far. Maybe a little more than that. So it's a busy year. Comics is great. RPGs are great. Both of them are doing pretty well. It's pretty nice to see.
Yeah, I'm having fun, and I'm actually like Max runs a D&D game for us online on Wednesday mornings. Me and Johnny and Trish and Mike Bankston, and we all playing a game together. And Max is fun, dude.
Yeah, Max is a hoot, man.
Max is running a game. Okay, like we have a gypsy lady that we have to bring possibly, or magical items so she can identify what they are and stuff.
Right.
She's the gypsy lady, and when we take stuff to her, Max is like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and he starts looking.
Oh, I love it. I can't do voice acting worth a damn, so I'm a little envious of people who can pull that off.
Dude, it is fun because everybody pretty much plays character. It's like we slip a little while and call each other by our real names, but we pretty much play in character.
Yeah, I mean that's
American.
Normal, though,
that's a dead link, bro. Nice try though. We will be relaunching that. Don't worry, we will be relaunching that, but that one's dead. Okay. We had a couple of numbers mistakes on that campaign.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I thought we were, first off, when we estimated a print run and what we were going to need, we overestimated how many comics we were going to need. So our funding goal was overestimated. That's first. Second, somewhere along the line, Anthony and I had different ideals of what we were trying to do here. You know me, I wasn't trying to make money. I was trying to get people seen, get these new IP seen. And we were making an anthology to do that. It was a promotional gig. Anthony was under the impression we were trying to make money and really overpriced the book too.
But contracts are important. That's why that's how everyone knows that they're on the same page.
Well, yeah, now we know we didn't need that high of a funding goal, and we don't need to charge quite that much for the book, because if a whole bunch of people buy it, then everybody's going to make a little money anyway, right? If not a whole bunch of people buy it, at least those people will be telling people about it and about the IPs in it, the new characters, the new stories that are going to be coming out in the near future. Like Tanks and Anthony's, all these different people's docs, Daniel Monroe. There's a bunch of really good stories. Look, some of the stories I didn't want to read. I wanted to read them when I got the book in my hand, but then, obviously things changed. Well, now I've gotten to look at some of this stuff, and it's freaking amazing, Sam. Dan Monroe's story was just butt up funny. Okay, just had me busting out every turn of the page. I was like, oh shit.
I'll tell you, man, it's wild. It's wild when you think about just how incredible some of the quality is coming out from creator-owned titles. And I think that the more and more people get used to producing their books, and they get into they develop their own processes and best practices that work for them, you'll see people who stick with it producing more books on more steady cadence. And I'll add this to that. One of the reasons that's important is if you're going to start producing in volume, and whether it's small volumes like me, 3,000, 4,000 books or whatever, it makes it a lot easier when you're talking to retailers. Like, we're having a new book every month from different title series, and we're rolling them out on that production schedule. And so we're not quite to a monthly release yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it really, really hard. 47 is probably the most time intensive of the comic titles that we have in development and in production right now, because everything basically hangs on Alexia, so she's got a lot of work. But then we've got some other titles that are in development that are actually specifically geared with multiple team members so that the production schedule can be met. Like we've got almost a manga themed comic in its format that is in development at the moment, and that's going to have our main penciler, a dedicated inker, dedicated letterer, Alexia Veldhausen on edits. I'm writing, and then the weird thing is that we're looking at some contracts to try and get into some of these large retail chains and start putting comics on the shelves in grocery stores and stuff like that. So
I want to address this to American comics. Yes, my friend. Actually, there was one person I know of that hadn't had their story done, and they said that now that they're kind of locked into a bunch of other stuff and they're not going to be able to get it done. So, yeah, we have room for story. If you want to do a Crom crossover with your IP, a short story, 4 to 10 pages, hit me up. I'll give you the basic deets on who Crom is, and you have at it, bro. That's pretty much what I told everybody else. I'm going to tell you who Crom is, and you figure out how to incorporate him into your storyline, or you write a storyline for him where you bring your people into it. But, it's like I didn't really do a lot of overseer on this. I wanted these people that are writing the stories and doing the art because it's their IPs I'm trying to get seen. It's their IPs I'm trying to get eyes on. I want their style. I want their writing. I want their art. You see what I'm saying? So what they do with Crom is what they do with Crom, within the certain guidelines of who he is. That's all. I want to see everybody else's versions. I want to see what they do. But it also shows you guys, the fans, the talent that they have when they're just like thrown in a situation like that. Oh, I got to write a crossover story with a character I don't really know nothing about.
And the thing is, we're seeing a lot of indie crossovers lately too. We had after
what Glenn
did came out,
what Glenn did. Glenn already wrote the second story.
Oh wow!
Of the Hatch Crom crossover. He's already 2 stories into this thing, man. You know what I mean? It's like we didn't even get to show everybody the first one yet. He's already written the second one.
Well, I mean, it's important to have your writing ahead, man, because you want to make sure that if there's anything you need to drop in that you can call back to later, it's good to be, 4, 5, 10, or however many episodes ahead.
It just blew me away. We didn't plan a second book, Sam.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, 47 was outlined all the way across 12 issues. Everything's done. We basically fill in the sequentials as we go. But we're working from history there. Rain 2 script has been done. Nick's a little more than halfway done with issue 2. Should be actually done the week we launch. And then Brian's, I think, 10 pages into issue 2 in Necroholic. Alexia's doing the cover for issue 4 right now. That's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait to start showing that off. And then, like I said, we got a couple other titles in the works. We got one that I think a lot of people are going to be surprised comes from me, because like issue 1 has a lot of nudity in it. Like a lot of nudity in it.
Damn.
I know, right? Like 18 pages of 24 have nudity in them. Just because like something happens to them while they're in the bath, and they spend most of the time not having had a chance to put clothes on yet. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Roman bathhouses, baby. That's where the action was.
Well, this one I think you're going to get a kick out of. I have to talk to a few people who know a little bit more about one of the things in the book than I do. I've had to do a lot of reading and a lot of research on psychedelics of all things.
Oh well, so, hey, I'm your guy when it comes to that,
I've
bro.
been reading a lot about psychedelic mushrooms in the last few weeks.
Geez.
It's important.
Yeah. Okay. There was some residue. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm a court employee in Kentucky, so I know absolutely nothing about psychedelic mushrooms, so I have to read up on them.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to give you any insight I can give you on
cool.
all forms of psychedelics.
Be good now. You're on live.
Yeah, but I ain't never hid who I was, bro.
I got you. Hey, Madness. We're looking for 4 more backers today on Necroholic. Come on out and get your copies, guys.
Go check that out, man.
There's cool, affordable digital, ultra affordable print copies. All tiers include shipping in the United States.
If I can get it out the bag, that is.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's a tight fit, bro.
Well, you know that what it is it's a standard bag. The comics just on that same heavy stock we use. You know. How's it feel, Pops?
It's just like all your other books, man. It stands on its own.
I know, right?
Just like all your other books, brother.
How badass is that? You know, the thing about this story, Olivia has a problem. And from her perspective, she thinks her problem is that she's a necromancer. But that's the problem. The real problem is she has a drinking problem. And tends to do stuff that she probably shouldn't do when she's drunk. And so we start this issue with her coming to from a blackout bender in a cemetery with a lot of restless dead. And being the necromancer passed out in the graveyard, she got some splaining to do. Now, you know what's really cool about this page here? That cocktail on the left-hand side, that's not a photograph. Brian drew that and then inked and colored it.
Beautiful. I'm looking at the recipe, though. What do we got here?
That's a Wake the Dead shooter.
Okay, so we got silver tequila. Why isn't it Patron?
Well, because you're using Patron XO Cafe, the coffee-infused Patron for the Patron element. And
okay, so we can use like Cabo? So we can use like Cabo for the silver?
Yeah, you can use Cabo for the silver, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's... Look, you're going to put Cabo, Patron. Yeah, that sounds like my kind of shot.
And espresso. Spin that sucker up.
Is that like for the morning brew? That's for the morning show, right?
that's for when you wake up hungover and you've got a real important mission to go on.
I think that's for the morning brew, man. I think that's the wake and bake.
Wake the Dead shooter is named for a reason.
Extra in our coffee type thing.
It'll definitely wake you up, man. Between the espresso and the coffee infused tequila, it'll definitely wake you up.
Now, is that what the book looks like?
Yeah, that's what the back of the book looks like. Oh, Pops froze. Everyone take over the show. But yeah, that's what the back of the book looks like.
I'm going to do that. Every time it goes off and I notice that it went off, I'm just going to assume a stupid pose, not knowing what it froze me looking like anyway, right?
Gotcha.
Sam, are all your projects on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or both?
I put my campaigns on both. So we've had two successful Indiegogo campaigns, a number of successful Kickstarter campaigns. I haven't done anything with Zoop yet because I have questions about what I can get my printing done as.
What?
There you go. But yeah, we're on Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
What's up, dude? Got the brothers monster right here. What's up, dude? What, Rob? Yep, there. You got something to say too?
Good dog.
What do you
Good
want?
boys.
Look, Zeus is like putting on weight, dude. Ever since him and Rocky got in that fight, and he was like laid up for a week, it's like now he just feels like he's about 20 pounds heavier when he gets up on you.
Well, I'll tell you, ever since I've been working from home, I'm about 20, 30, 40 pounds heavier. It ain't no feeling to it. I just gained it.
I didn't get the pandemic weight. I did.
It landed right on me, man. So I gotta get to working it off. So.
It's funny because my son, they were up there last month and they had the scale out. They don't get it out very often because they're both in really good shape and they don't need to pay attention. But I guess he was trying to check his weight gain from working out, right?
Right.
I just happened to be walking in the kitchen at the time, and I was like, I looked down the scale and I kind of laughed and I said, 165. And he looks at me and is like, I don't know, Dad, looks like you put on some pounds. And I got up on that scale and I weighed 164, bro. I knew exactly what I mean. It ain't changed in a long time, man. You know, I can work out. I can, nothing changes, man.
I just need time to work out, between the day job, taking care of the little one and making comics and stuff. I'm on like a 20-hour schedule a day anyway, so I just got to start making time to actually get some exercise in.
Yeah,
so
they're after me about, you need to go exercise more. And I'm like,
no, I mean, I need to, for real.
That's what golf is for.
No, golf is not my thing, man. Golf, I don't have time for golf. I need something that I can do, like some good intense workouts for an hour or so every day, and I'm all right.
I can understand that. Don't have time for golf because you got to be able to put 5 hours aside.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Play golf, and that's kind of why I don't schedule shows on certain days. Because Saturday might be golf. I'm going. I'm not doing this on Saturday if I could be golfing, so I don't schedule shows on Saturday.
I gotcha.
Oh man, it's kind of funny. Is everything has changed over the last 2 years. You know that. Everything, I mean, so much for individuals, so much for companies, for, genres, for everything.
Yep.
So much has changed. And the people that are coming out of the head are the ones that adapted early. People like you.
Well, there's still plenty of room to improve and to make changes. I think that one of the things that I took away from the pandemic was there was suddenly this market, right, for especially for shops when Diamond stopped shipping stuff. And then we were really able to get into most of the shops that we're in now during that phase.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of places just closed and just waited for shipping to resume. But we had a lot that didn't have the cash to sit back on. So I mean, they were chugging away. And those little shops, man, those little shops and a lot of those little shops got bigger, because they were the only people who were open,
Well, I mean, some of them learned to adapt. They went to online sales. They went to curbside sales. You could buy, send them money. They'll run out to your car and give it to you. You don't have to come in the store. They adapted and overcame.
Yeah, and the thing is that being able to do that and developing good relations with store owners and such, we've been able to, like, we were, able to help other people get introduced to certain shop owners. So that was a lot of fun too. So it's nice to know that you can go someplace and like, hey, there's a comic from Raj Mahan, or there's, a book in a dispensary in Oregon from Mike Shea, work from Max DeVille and so many other folks who have stepped in and started filling space on the shelves for these shops. And the thing I think that some people scoff at it because you're not making as much money because you have to make sure the shops are making money, but in the long run it makes one hell of a difference.
Considering that most fans still go through those doors to get their comics, that's still the best place to put them out for sale.
Well, here's the thing too. Let's talk about some actual factual numbers, right? Like the Collective has now, I've shipped a little over 150 copies of 47 Furious Tales issue 1 just to the Collective.
Yeah.
So, and that's just one location of 36, and so in some of them, 47 has now taken a second seat to Rain. And some of them, 47 is much, much stronger than Rain. And now, right now, everyone that we're talking to is looking real hard at Necroholic. Because we had both covers were done, right? So we had the Necroholic cover for Brian Lee done in a 25 print run for proofs, and the Kindle Gates variant, right? And so we sent some copies of one to one group and the other to the other group, and we sent them to PDF, and we sent PDF links out to some reviewers. And we've actually already seen a couple of the reviews posted. So that, or some of the reviews that have been prepped, and then one that's already been released. So we're looking forward to sharing more of those out. But the thing is that when you've got one title on there and people are seeing that, hey, you know, we're making money selling these books, then yeah, even if you're only making, you know, 30 or 40 or, you know, 45, 50 cents, whatever you're making per copy, when you're selling, you know, 20, 30, 40 books at a time, and you're doing that every other month, that adds up really damn quick, you know? So you just gotta find what your comfort level is. Now, it's a lot of work. I mean, there's no lie. It's a lot of work when it comes time to ship a new book, particularly, you know. That wasn't no joke, shipping, you know, the Kickstarter fulfillment, like I said, wasn't too bad. That was, you know, $464. But, you know, getting everything coordinated to get the individual stores that were just shipping directly from the printer, that was a headache. So we got to work on and refine that process a little bit. But it's coming, man. It's coming along. We're making headway. We're making progress. Hoping to sell out of the books behind me that, you know, mostly or all the way the rest of this year, and keep putting out cool stuff.
Well, like I said, you are one of them people that I know puts in the work, because every time I talk to you, you're just raring to go on what's happening next, and you don't have that defeatist attitude. You're always like, we're going forward. I don't know if you still do the how many stores you call every week, but it's like, I know.
Yeah, I call at least 5 stores a day.
5 stores, 25 stores a week. He calls.
Yeah, I call them Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so I still have 2 to call. Well, I have 2 to call today that aren't currently carrying Sinopa books, and I've got to call back to some guys who are, so that we can get their orders for Necroholic and any restocks lined up. Plus, we got one of them says that they're going to need some RPG stuff, and then we're going to have
Right there.
that would be yours truly, with Sandra Cole's art behind me and a big mess behind me too. And that was a hell of a thing right there, man. That's Mojo.
That's Mojo.
Yep.
And then one of my all-time favorite screenshots from my show.
Oh yeah. I remember that when 47 Furies Tales issue 1 actually surpassed their subscription for Superman.
Yes.
That's wild. That's wild, isn't it? We got more people in the collective getting 47 than they get Superman.
It's all about putting in the work, bro, and you do. That's all I'm saying. If you got a good product and you're willing to go out there and sell it, and you believe in it, and you're going to tell everybody about it, that's what's going to happen. You're going to outsell Superman.
But I mean, the thing is too is you can't just sit around on it, because that's issue per issue, and 47 comes out fairly slow, so we got to really work on that. But yep. That's the Indiegogo one where we take and get the IGG exclusive on that one. Yeah.
I personally promote and endorse Critical Blast logistics and fulfillment, but anybody who's doing it, you rock. Help these guys out and make the load lighter on these guys if you can. You know, if logistics and fulfillment is your thing, you make the load lighter on these guys so that they know their stuff's going to get out there and they can work on the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, getting the stuff out. Here's the thing too, though. When you get to a point where you need other people, that's fantastic. You really do need to work on your fulfillments and understand the process yourself, though, because you need to understand all aspects of your business. That's absolutely critical. So I recommend that anyone, even if they were the hottest big shot at, you know, XYZ big comic company for years and years and years, and they just put out like a really cool book that's all done and ready to go to Kickstarter, they need to work on fulfilling that so they understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They need to understand some of the shipping logistics. They need to understand the packaging logistics, the printing logistics. They really need to understand how their business operates. That's really important. Really, really important. Can't stress that enough. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out how to get multiple printers to coordinate deliveries at warehouses in 12 different states. So that's I've got to have that prepped for a proposal I'm putting through in next month. So fingers crossed for me, man.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I just throw to RJ. That's what he does. It's logistics. I don't. I mean, that's what he's done his whole career.
Yeah,
is logistics. So for him, it's like that kind of shit just comes easy. I know a lot of the people that use RJ now pretty much did do it themselves the first time and went, oh, fuck, I ain't doing that no more.
Sorry, I had a message come up from somebody and they had a question I'm going to have to address here in a few minutes. That's going to be interesting.
All right.
Everyone shooting me the messages because they see I'm off work, Pops.
You know what's up.
Yeah, I just got off a call with I got off at 4:30. I went and I put some coffee on, and then I had to call Alexia, and then I got off the call with Alexia about 5 minutes before I came on here. So I've been working since a little bit before 8 this morning, and I haven't stopped.
That just tells me that means you're getting stuff done, bro.
Yeah, I got the day job stuff done. Now it's time for the Sinopa stuff to get done. So
all right. I'm gonna let you get back to work. Appreciate you always coming out and sharing with us what you got going on.
I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of Necroholic. And guys, everyone in the madness, come on out. Pledge to Necroholic. You're gonna love this book. Beautifully done. It's just a fantastic read. It's a lot of fun. And if you like tequila, you should definitely pick up Necroholic as well and stay with it because we're gonna have tequila.
I also wanted to say now, you are going to be here on Monday Madness.
Yes, because we're getting ready. We only got 6 more days. Well,
right. As it's winding down, you will be here on Monday, and we'll be talking about it. So, as always. One thing though, Sam, I need a Sinopa Publishing fucking trailer, bro. Damn. I need something. I need a 30-second video ad for Sinopa Publishing.
Yeah, it's true. Man,
come on, bro. Give me something to play.
All the Sinopa books in 30 seconds, though. We've got just the RPG stuff would do more than that.
No, just like you seen the channel crawl that Ragin did.
Yeah.
Just something real simple that shows all your titles that we can play before the show.
I got you. Sam,
we're not out here for every show.
We make a lot of stuff.
I know.
That's gonna be my whole pitch. Support Sinopa on Kickstarter. We make a lot of stuff. And Pops froze again. Good position though. At least this time everything's like straightened up.
You got a lot of stuff going on, and that's the only way I can keep up with it is if you send me trailers and keep them updated.
I'll try, but that's probably going to be in like a tertiary priority at the moment, just because
Lee Reese would make you one in about 20 minutes, bro.
I gotcha.
Just like he did for CromCon, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we got friends.
True enough. I might get Phil Leon to voice something for me because he did the voice on the 47 video, so I might do something like that. Just so we have that really deep Phil Leon voice acting skill brought to you by Sinopa Publishing.
Phil Leon.
Yep. The electric crayon himself, man. Guys, thanks for having me. Come on out back, Necroholic. We are funded. We are done. The book is shipping in July, and you can get other Sinopa books on this campaign. You can get 47 Furious Tales issues 1 through 3 if you don't have it. You can get Reign of Ages if you don't have it. You can get digital if you're on a budget, and the digital is nice. So you can get $4 for $10.
And tune in this weekend, and you'll see about 40 other people and all their cool stuff.
Yeah.
CromCon.
CromCon.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, Afropocalypse.
Nothing unusual about a 4 a.m. call to a back alley in downtown Quinton. A young woman lying pristine and unmarked on the cold, hard ground. I get to work quickly, but there's not much to go on here. No marks of any kind, no signs of struggle. Just a dead Vic in the middle of an alley. And then there's that. Dead body in a dumpster that looks like a grizzly bear has crawled its way out of his stomach.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month